Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. We are live. We are live. We are live. This thing started quick this week. I'm still getting used to the I'm still getting used to the YouTube of it all. But we here. We are here. Hold on, my mouth is hurting a little bit. If I be talking crazy, I'm having some pain in my mouth. Okay, we gonna get right. Right. We are live. We are live. Welcome back to another episode of Missy Mondays. Today is Monday, right? I be getting my days mixed up. But yeah, welcome back to another edition, episode, week of Missy Mondays. And let me just say this. This this last episode of this reunion, um I mean, it's over. I can't say that the third part was the best part. I think that part two was the best part of this reunion. And part three, it was just like, okay, we finna go on and wrap this up and get it over with. Cause it was okay. Hey Cora. The third part of the reunion was okay. It was just like it, it was okay. But it was like, yeah, we finna go on and wrap this up, get it over with and just be done. Um but other than that, it's like what it wasn't a lot. I mean they wrapped it up like they supposed to have wrapped it up, but it was like, girl, it wasn't a lot that we had to talk about in this third part. But other than that, it ended like, I guess, like a reunion was supposed to end, but it was like some stuff that we could have got into that we did not get get into. Uh, a lot of stuff, but mm, mm, it was okay. It was okay. Overall, the second part was the best part. The third part, it was just okay. But other than that, I hope everyone is having a great Monday. I hope everyone is starting off having I hope everyone has a great week. Um, and I'm wishing everyone blessings and everything, all that other good stuff. Yes, I have my blanket because it's cold in here. I have the air on 72, but because yeah, it gets hot in here at night, but it's cold. So your butt got to have a blanket or something else in order to be comfortable or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I hope everybody, continues to put out positive vibes and things like that, and continue to uplift people and do nothing but positive. So, things like that. And you have some good news that you want to share, or things that you are looking forward to, in this week. Feel free to drop that news in the comments and share your good news with other people. Because over here we are all about positivity. We are all about things that will help people and uplift people over here, and that's what we are trying to build. So, if you have anything that you would like to share that you feel that would inspire someone, please feel free to leave it in the comments. Good news, good anything that's happening in your life right now, feel free to share it. Ooh, come on, somebody! Come on, come on, somebody! Yes, come on. And you know what, Cora? I may have something on that lines also soon, but I just can't talk about it right now. What they say, quiet on the creek. So yes, I might have something like that I have to share very soon, but I can't share it just yet. Yeah, but that's awesome. Yes, but that's awesome. That's awesome, Coral. Congratulations to y'all and wishing y'all the best as always. Mm. But um, for everybody that's gonna watch this back, y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about this current season. Now that we are at the end of the season, as far as how the season went in general, and who do we feel brought the most, and who brought the least, and who do we feel should come back next season, and who do we feel should not come back next season? Um, I could we could talk about all day who we think should come back and who we don't want to come back, but honestly, I see everybody on this current cast coming back for next season. I don't see no changes. I really don't see no changes come like I really don't see nothing being done to this cast for this season. Like even the way Andy was talking um at the end of the re- the reunion, I don't see no changes. The only change that I just don't see no changes for next season as far as season 18. Um I don't see no changes because Andy is really stuck on this group right now. He's like, he they have built this group up trying to, push for this group. So I really don't see no changes on this group. I mean, if I had to choose, I would probably get rid of Shamia. And yeah, I would probably get, I would probably get rid I would probably get rid of Shamia and give Shamia's peach to Cynthia. But Cynthia don't want to be a peach holder, and I understand why. Because she has positioned herself to be in the friend role, and she loves the role that she is in the friend role. But I honestly, Shamia, she's doing more harm in her role on the show than she is good. And Phaedra, Phaedra honestly can be a friend of also. Honestly, her and Cynthia can be friends of, and then they can give another person that peach. Like honestly, they can, but I just don't think they're gonna make any changes to next season as far as season 18. So we're gonna probably have the same cast for next season. But I just don't want the same drama, the same story, the same. So they gotta mix it up this season as far as the stories that they're gonna be bringing, and the stuff that they're gonna be, talking about. It's got to be something different. Like it was a good okay season overall, but you gotta mix it up. You gotta be going into next season, bringing up like other stuff. Like, and then stop with the we gotta stop with the bringing up stuff that we don't know is true or not. Like, if we don't like, for instance, Angela, I want you to stop bringing Thursday people on this show that 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 just want they live 15 minutes of fame. Like the whole Georgia aspect of it all. No ma'am, no ma'am. And then you did the same thing last year with the boy that came to the shop, and you brought him back trying to do damage on that. Like Angela, no, no, Angela. Next season, don't bring nobody on this show that trying to get 15 minutes of fame. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Angela, you just be a great housewife, a great housewife. Read these girls down to the floor, show up, be pretty, and read these girls down to the floor. and be the bone collector. Be the new Sheree that you can be. Like collect the bones and bring the bones back to the people, but be messy in a good way. Still we give family behavior, but how you use somebody. Oh yeah, yeah. Like, like yeah, like Angela, you gotta like Angela gotta stop with this the little antics she be doing because she is a good housewife on paper, and she's a fan favorite. But she gotta stop with the little antics she be doing. Like she just gotta stop that. Just be a good housewife. Stop bringing up stuff that you don't have no receipts on. Like if you gonna accuse somebody else of some stuff, bring some receipts behind it. And when you going hard on Shamia and doing all this stuff on Shamia, that just make you look like you just obsessed with Shamia and jealous of her. You ain't got no reason to be jealous of of Shamia. Because even though Shamia got life, she got a real good life and luxury. Like her personality wise, Shamia is corny. I mean, I hate to say it, but personality wise, Angela, Shamia wish that she could have the personality that you would have because you have the personality that Shamia don't. You see what I'm saying? And you don't have to do all that because Shamia, she don't have the personality that you have. So I just want you to Angela, I want you to stop with all that. Stop with the foolishness. You don't have to do all that. You don't have to do all that. And Kelly, you will. Lord, I have to watch my words on him. Kelly, you is ungrateful. You is ungrateful. Yeah, she should be reading down about the finance. You would be able to tell me that. Like exactly. Like exactly. Like if Shamia just come in and just be a bad bee and just stand in her bad beeness, and just she could really take some points for Nene. Like if she could just really just come in and just be that bad bee and just stop trying to be a people pleaser and just you know just be that girl because she has the life, she has the husband, she has the kids, she has the $9 million house, she runs in a lot of social circles, she works, she has the jobs. Like Shabia, you are that girl. You are that girl, but you are too hard trying to be a people pleaser. Man, please. If I had an ounce of Shamia money, I would not be right here trying to be a people pleaser and be trying to, you know, be so concerned about what people are saying about me and be so concerned about what people saying about me and be so just 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 wrapped up in all the the stuff because it just really gives like your personality like you're miserable. And like I know that she's not like that because like Pinky said in this third part of the reunion that like Shamir is like the fun girl. She is like the she has the bubbly personality. She's always like, the turn up girl. If you be around her, she's gonna make, your day better, all this and that, woo de woo. But when she be on the show, she don't give that. And I think that a part of that in this last season is that she was grieving this friendship with Portia. So it's like she couldn't be her authentic self on this last season because Portia is still on the show also, and then she couldn't be her fun self all the time because trying to she was always not trying to seek validation from Portia, but it was like she was grieving that friendship from Portia. So a lot of issues that she was having with the other ladies, she was like that was like some of the stuff that she should have been talking to Portia about. Or some of her anger or some of that was misdirected and that supposed to be directed toward Portia. you know, but anyway, yeah, it just like if I had some real money, baby, you wouldn't be able to tell me, like, Daniel, you wouldn't be able to tell me nothing. Because all she need to do is just walk in, all she need to do next and just walk in and just stand who she is. be that be that girl and just let them girls have it. You ain't gotta be a mean girl. You can just stand up for what you say and say what you mean and just leave it at that. And if that's being a mean girl, then she can take some pointers from Nene because Nene never let people see her sweat. But think about about Shamia, she don't let people see her sweat every time, and that's what get her. But I've been talking for 17 minutes and I ain't got into the reunion, but we're gonna get into it. Um, so they started this reunion out this this part three of this reunion talking about Andy asked K K Michelle basically like what was the plot and plan that she spoke about all season. Kay says that someone asked her, did she know Black? And then she was like, she went into her DMs and she saw where that Black was basically talking to himself, and she remembered that they did a play together. And she thanked him for coming, to the play and all this and that. And she said, "Hey, handsome," and and Andy called out that she did say, "Hey, handsome" in the text, all this and that. And then she said at that point she heard that it was going around Atlanta that they were dating. So she was trying to get ahead. She was trying to basically get ahead of the rumor that her and Black was dating. But then they want to take it back and basically said that Drew never said that K Michelle and Black were dating and all that, and we have said that plenty of times. I mean, it was proven over the course of the show. The only time that Drew said anything about K Michelle and Black was that one time when they was on the bus Sprinter uh, in Dallas, and she said, and the lady was asking her about Black, and then she said, "Okay, well, y'all are friends," and then Kay said, "Well, I don't know that man." Clearly, you may not know him, but you have had conversation with that man to enough to know who he is because he done been in your DM, and when you saw him on that when you saw him on that FaceTime at Portia's house, you said, "Hey, it's nice to see you." So if you say something like that, "It's nice to see you," that clearly appears that you know him or have had conversation with him before. So you know the man. And that was the only time that Drew had said something about you being friends with him was that one time on the bus at Dallas. So it was all in her head about this whole Black situation. And like I said, Drew had never said that, but that one time, um, when they was on the bus to Dallas. But K K K just I hope I hope next season, I hope Kay just let things play out and not try to get ahead of stories because all the stories that she was trying to get ahead of, it just fell flat for her because if it was gonna come up, it was gonna come up. But if it didn't, she already had them put it out there and then just made her look crazy. Um, so that was her mess up. Then they get into the whole oysters comment that Portia made in Scotland. She said that she tried to get in front of that before it got mentioned as well. She said that someone that is not affiliated with the show is the one that told her about the oysters and that it was possibly going to be brought up on the show. She said that there's no one, affiliated with production, anything like that, but it was someone that is not affiliated with 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 the show. And as far as the whole black of it all, the the person that was telling Kay about black was the lady that was suing black, um, that is not suing black, um, in that lawsuit. That excuse me, that who was telling Kay about the whole black of it all. But I digress. Um, then we get into the the ex, the one that Portia dated as well, the one that was KX, the one that she dated on that reality show, but didn't really date. Girl, we knew that relationship was not real. Anytime y'all go on them dating reality shows and date them men, them relationships do not be real. Because half the time y'all don't even date them men for real or don't even end up being with them men. So that was not a relationship at all. But she said the ex was telling her info about Portia. Um and but he never said anything bad about Portia. He just was telling her um about how they met and stuff like that. Um we get into the comments about Shamia says that Portia said that Kay chose the wrong team or something like that. And Portia says that when the plot and plan came up and she couldn't get to know Kay and hold on. She said that when the whole plot and plan thing came up, she felt like that she really couldn't get to know Kay because it was like that she was stuck in between that, and then it didn't give her a fair chance to really establish a better relationship with Kay because it was kind of like a block there, and that really makes sense because when that came about, Portia was saying that it really didn't have nothing to do with her being friends with them as far as um Kay, Kelly, and Pinky. It was just when she brought the whole plot, plan, and everything else, she became distant, and then it was just hard for her to form a friendship. That's it. Um, Shamia says that she's not like the other girls in the group. And no, Portia said that Shamia said that she's not like some of the other girls in, in the group, and that is delusional. Shamia said that she doesn't think Kate is crazy or delusional. And then something about it was some unseen footage where Portia said that Kate came to her room, but sometimes you be pissing me off. Now, Shamir did say something about somebody saying something about some Ambien, or like something about K being on some Ambien, or something like that. I'm like, how would Shamia know that? Cause in that scene, what that was said, only Portia, Angela, Phaedra, and Jules in that scene. And then looking back at it, Phaedra was the one that said something some about K Michelle being on Ambien. So, but Phaedra might have, well, unless it was seen in the unseen footage, but I don't know how it was seen. Shamil says that it was easier to make her the fall guy because she has the most conflict within the group. I don't know. Shamil just always find herself in conflict, and I don't know why that is because people say that in her real life, well, they say that in her life off the show, she doesn't appear to be like that. But on the show, she always find herself in conflict. I don't know how that is because she's always in some type of conflict on the show consistently. You know. So so we get some questions for Kelly. They asked her. Annie asked her, do she ever feel like a rebound BFF because Portia and Simi are no longer friends. Kelly says that she's not a rebound friend. She says that they have built a true friendship and can call her anytime. Um, and the next question was that if she thought freaking Frat was so whack, then why hire Frazier as her attorney? Because Kelly broke and because she needed the services. She needed the services at the time. Let's just say that. She needed the services and she was not gonna accept nothing, especially a discounted services. She was gonna accept the services. But she said that Phaedra offered her the services to her and they built a relationship off camera. And Kelly said that she paid Phaedra $10,000. But Phaedra said that it was actually $60,000 worth of work and that it was discounted work. I said, ooh. So so really, Kelly, you got $10,000 worth of work, but it was really supposed to be $6,000. And Kelly, you sitting up there seeming really ungrateful. If I was Paige, I'd send you an invoice for that other 50,000 because you really sit up on that reunion stage and you really up there looking like you're ungrateful. I done gave you my services, and now you want to get up here and be ungrateful, ma'am. Run the funds, boo. Give me the funds. Give me the funds. Yes. Give me run an invoice. Cause it's giving ungrateful. Run an invoice. Mm-mm. Run an invoice. I send an invoice for the other $50,000 because what you not gonna do is be ungrateful after I don't render you my service, especially if I don't gave you $6,000 worth of services and you paid $10,000. No, ma'am. Major deduction. Mm-mm. Cause you ungrateful. Ungrateful. Mm-mm. Friday said she has been a good friend to Kelly. Said that she has offered her good advice, but Kelly has this this discredited her. And said that she's sitting next to Pinky and she hasn't helped her. But Pinky says that she has. Pink was like, next question. Oh, that Pink is she? Nah, the streets of Atlanta said that Pinky, she do bad business, and she she kind of she got a nasty attitude, and she just she just got a nasty, demeanor about herself. But y'all didn't hear that from me. Yep, and they definitely said that she was stealing wages from her workers, but y'all didn't hear that from me. Allegedly. Hmm. But let her tell it. She said that it was the people that she hired that was stealing the money and not her. But I don't know. But I just feel like if you have people, I don't I don't care how big your business is. I feel like you have people in place that's running your company, you still should know everything that's coming in and going out. Everything coming and going out. And then I know it'll be kind of hard with her because she has a $1 million business and she has locations all over the place. But and then I know it'll kind of be hard to keep up. But she still needs to like have a general idea of what's coming out, what's coming in, at least on a month to month basis. Do we agree? I, yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not no business owner, but it's just if I'm running a business, I need to know, hey, what we doing? Because she had to file bank, she had to do this, she had to do that. So it's just not, it just don't look good on the head because she is the head. When the stuff start coming down, it don't look good on the head. 'Cause that's your business, that's your representation, that's your thing. And so Shamir gets a question about her rum bun business, and she said that the company is no longer um willing to um release any more products to her or anything like that. Of course, Shamir, of course. We saw that on the show because it was already they was talking about high pricing and that we're gonna be able to produce the stuff overseas. We already knew that went and Gerald caught that from when y'all had that first meeting. He was not a question what you're gonna be to produce this, ship this, that, grow the stuff out of that. Jared was like, "Oh, we're not going for this." So I hate it didn't go through for Shamia, but I could see why it didn't go through because them people was like, "No, we not finna release our stuff up to you to the states and you freak it up." So I saw that coming. Uh, and he asked Kelly about her second Nana's location and it being closed. And he asked her, did she bite out more than she could chew? Kelly stated that she had to move forward, and it was unfortunate. But basically saying that sometimes as business owners, and I'm paraphrasing that times that you have to make decisions that you don't like to make as far as business and all that. Then he asked the question to Drew how she made the video in front of the location, and Kelly was like, because she's a loser. Like Kelly be trying to throw the little shot, but it just really don't land. You know what I'm saying? Like she tried to throw the little shots in there, but it just really don't be landing for me. Said that she had supported Kelly, but she just couldn't at the time. Uh, Kelly said something about Drew not having her kids. I was like, here we go again, Kelly. Here we go again. That Drew ain't said nothing about no kids. I see Kelly, this is what you lose me. Because even though Drew went in front of your business and made that video, that girl ain't say nothing about your kids or your family. So then when you anytime you say something about somebody's kids, you lose cool points for me. Because if I'm arguing with somebody, reading somebody, I'm gonna read you down to the floor first because I'm Uncle Keev. I don't play about the kids. I'm sorry. I don't play about the kids at all. Everyone knows about me. So I talk about your kids. But what I will do, I will talk about you. I will talk about you. As long as you, as long as we keep between me and you, we keep between me and you. That'd be fine. But this talk about my family, we good. The minute you start talking about my family, then we gonna have to get in the field. Not get in the field. Because I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing that. No, I'm just take other actions. Just say um Drew said that she couldn't buy. Drew said that it started last year when said that she never had a problem with Kelly, but it started last year when Kelly said that she didn't buy anything from her Balmain event. Um, and that's what led to their ongoing back and forth. Um, in Angela and Kelly started going back and forth. Kelly tells Angela, tell Portia to get her retriever, and he asks Angela for the win again. Angela says, but you have new teeth and nowhere to sleep. You broke. Angela for the win again, like ladies and gentlemen. Baby, they can't take that mouth, Angela. You cannot take that mouth from Angela. Angela's mouth is lethal. Chicago too, man. Angela is lethal. Angela said you got new teeth and nowhere to sleep. You broke. Ah, she don't be lying to me. I mean, yeah, she do be lying sometimes. I feel like Angela lying sometimes, or she just be saying stuff that she don't know is true or not. And then what she got to work on for next season. Angela, you can't just be saying stuff that you know ain't true because you say stuff, you produce a receipt, and if you can't produce the receipt, just don't say it, or just find just or just or just find something that you heard about someone that may stick, but not something that you ain't got no proof on. Like like you gotta study Nene. Like study that argument that they had in between her and Claudia in Puerto Rico because Nene, I remember watching the interview that she had with Carlos King and she explained it like she said even though I ain't, she said Nene said that interview with her and not interview that that back and forth between her and Claudia in Puerto Rico. She said that she was just really putting stuff out the dome when it came to that argument. She said Claudia was the only person that could really keep up with her out of everybody. She said Claudia was her best battle as far as reading. She said Claudia was the one. She said, but she came to Claudia, she was just picking stuff out of her wig when it came to stuff. But see, Nene was she was she was saying stuff that sounded believable, that um, but it wasn't like stuff was that could be not true. Because when she said something about her, when she said something about Claudia's clit could have left her body or something like that, like that that clearly leads to something else. Like Colin, that that clearly insinuates something else. So it was just that, so you have to be just quick with it. I mean, and Answer's quick with it. I just need for Answer to be very careful of the things that she say, because some stuff she say, you be saying stuff, but you can't prove that it's true or not. You know, but he needs the best to ever do it. You got to study her, study the great. Um, Annie S. Kelly, that she had to sit down with her accountant and about the home that she couldn't afford, and asked her did she end up finding a home, and then she said yes. And then another fan asked a question to, oh, her name, about why did she allow Jarvis to pay the $7,000 worth of teas, but knowing she had financial struggles. She said that it was something that she didn't pay for. It was something that she didn't have to pay for. Um, so she didn't, basically think it was that serious. And they also talked about that horrible t-shirt confession. She's it was trending for 48 hours, and and it said something about Zendaya. It well, she said that, and it said the Zendaya wore also the bomb, the was it Tom Ford t-shirt. So she really got her head in the clouds now. But but when she said something about being trending for 8 hours, and it was like, are you trending for the right reason? I'm like, "Oh," and it was on Kelly foot, and it was on Kelly's neck, this reunion. But he was like, was it for the right reason? I'm like, oh, and it was on her neck, and it was on her neck. He was on her neck. He was on K Michelle's neck. Um, he was on that neck real bad. They could say any hate favorites, but I've been seeing a lot of that too. They really are. They are two corniest on the card. So I said, I wonder if Shamia leave. Um, I want to see if Shamia leave. I want to see how Kelly would be without Shamia there. But I think everybody is back for next season. I think everybody coming back next season. Then they get into the data situation with the cleanest of the room. So they asked Shamia and Kelly why they skipped dinner um because of the room not being clean. Shamia said that the room was dirty and they couldn't take a shower. And then Shamia said that she knows that Cynthia didn't do that intentionally, but they were un, un, uncomfortable in that room. And Cynthia was like, "Well, can you hurry up and get to the point? Because I got something to say." Now I know a lot of people gonna be on to Cynthia about that moment, because they're gonna be saying like Cynthia was mean and she was treating you know Samia a kind of way. But it was like in that, but but Shamia is kind of long winded. Like it takes Shamia a little while to get to the point. I be like, girl, get to the point. Get to the point. What are you trying to say, Miss Girl? What are you trying to say? Because Shamia is too long to get to the point. I'd be like, girl, what are you trying to say? Because it's just like, what are you trying to say? Cynthia said that she walked through every room with every person on the couch. She said she walked through all the rooms with every person through the couch. So she walked through all their rooms with them. She said that when they told her about the room, she called someone to get it fixed and also offered them to stay in her room. So when it comes to the whole data situation, I just don't understand why they had to skip dinner. Because honestly, honestly, they still had friends there that had living spaces where they could have went and showered. But I mean, Pinky went to dinner. I don't think K Michelle because she didn't. I thought she didn't have glam or something that day. But you still had places where y'all went and got ready at. So I think they was just really doing too much about 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 the whole situation because they really could have you know went and showered somewhere else and got ready, but they was just trying to make um, they was trying to make a moment out of it. It really was. Um, like, like, oh yeah, she said that she was gonna stay in her room, but they declined. Then a question came from Shamia to Cynthia, and it said, "At what point did Cynthia realize that she didn't like her?" I mean, like, Cynthia, that is so high school. Like, why are you so worried about why people don't? And that's here we are. Here we are once again. Shamia is so concerned about being likable and is a people pleaser. She's so concerned about people liking her. It's so sad to see like this lady that has all this stuff and like she is so precious people like her. She asked Cynthia like what point did she realize she didn't like her? Cynthia says that she does like Shamia and says that she never had an issue with Shamia before the whole data the whole data stuff it all. Um Shamia said that Cynthia was her voice the reason last season and they really do they really had no problem. So then that's when Shamil got up and gave Cynthia a hug. I feel like that was kind of I don't know, that was kind of fake. I don't know if it was fake or not, but Shamil got up, gave Cynthia a hug, then she gave Angela a hug, Drew a hug, gave Phaedra a hug. She knew not who she knew who not to give a hug to though. I mean that was apparent. That was just you know that was just evident. She gave everybody else a hug on that couch except for Portia. But that was you know. Uh moving along, that Andy asked me about her surrogate journey, and that was kind of sad. How we were they the surrogate, of it all. Sharia said that their surrogate miscarried during the first trimester, and that was sad because they feel like that Shamia, that's something that Shamia and her husband really wanted, and asked what Andy asked a question that said that viewers were concerned that Gerald may have been, putting too much pressure on her. And she said that it definitely was not that. She said that it's also, you know, she know that her husband wanted, but it's also something that she wanted as well. And she just want to make sure that she was able to give that to her husband. So, um, and Annie asked her which again. She said that if she's able to get another embryo, then she will. I just think that that is just like emotionally draining. Like the more and it fails, I think at this point they've had what 4? They've had like 4 failed transport. So I think if anything, it's just more emotionally draining at this point. And I don't know. I know a lot of people. I know they want to have their own, but I don't know. I think they should maybe consider adopting. And I know they probably don't want to go for that, but they have a good life, and they could really provide a child that's up for adoption, best life that they could possibly have. But they want to be able to produce their own child. Obviously he wants a boy, so I don't know. But just to wish her the best going forward. As far as journey to continue to produce. But I just think like the more that they continue that, and if they continue to be unsuccessful with it, that it's going to be mentally draining on them. Like especially her because she's the one that's carrying the emotions. Um, from, you know, um. Kay tells me that she is sorry that she's going through this, and God basically has something bigger had had a bigger plan for her than the one that she's intended. The one that 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 she sees. So they go backstage for a little bit for a little break. Kelly says to Jarvis, who's backstage waiting on her. Jarvis look a little. Jarvis look a little shady about Jarvis. I wonder if Jarvis gonna still be around next season. We shall see. Hmm. Kelly says that Angela is 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 continuing to jump in the arguments. Everyone argues. Well, Kelly, we could say the same thing about you. Because anything it involves Shamia, you jumping in it, like a little you jumping in it like a little chihuahua. I mean, so you saying Angela jumping in out of arguments. I mean, we could say the same thing about you too. Am I right? And and then Ansel tells Charles that they just keep talking about him. And I mean, they both are saying some of the same things, like basically as far as it is what each other is saying. That's crazy. So they get back on the stage, and Andy asks um Angela about the fans that she has been working on her fan line called Fangy. Angela says that the fans are available and she has one for everyone. Um, and they will not be catching no one's week. She said that Charles has helped her more than enough and is very supportive. On the side, Kelly saying that Kelly said made a side comment about this fan selling like motorboats or something like